This Is Why by Paramore. And I would like to say that I fucking loved this album.
Yes.
Oh my fucking God. Yes.
I was concerned. I didn't know where you were going.
Seriously, like,
Bait and switch there.
I loved this album.
Well, let's set the scene first. How
How
do we feel? How would we rate ourselves as Paramore fans prior to this album? Big Paramore fans, average, surface level.
I would say like literally the singles.
Yeah.
I'll go out on a limb and say I don't think I've ever listened to like Riot all the way through.
Oh, you should.
I'm gonna get.
Oh, yeah, this is a journey for you.
Yeah. So if that gives
Okay.
yeah.
I was big on the old stuff, and then I think I stopped when they became a three-piece. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really listen to the album before this very much.
Yeah. I was sort of the same. Big into the early stuff. Knew the singles from like Self-Titled and After Laughter, but hadn't gone like all the way through those albums. So to go into this album, I felt a bit like I didn't really know what I was going to what we were going to get.
Before we crack on, I just want to get the negative out of the way. Come Say Come Sa makes me want to cut my ears off.
Yeah,
No.
it's a borderline unlistenable song.
Yeah.
But take it out of the track listing, and I think this is a flawless
That's what I want to
album.
do. I want to get that one out of the way, and then we'll talk about the rest of the album.
I agree. Josh is stunned.
I think that song is like a complete earworm, or is it literally just because it's just too? Is it just too on the nose?
It's the chorus.
It's just a bit annoying. I feel like it is the sort of thing where it's so on the fine line between like earworm or just irritating.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
I can hear Hayley Williams in my ear going.
Okay, so essentially,
But Josh has a counter argument.
yeah. Well, no, I don't. Well, guys, Ragamuffin listeners, it just looks like I have no taste. It seems.
No.
Yeah. Running Out of Time is a really relatable song. I really enjoy it. I feel as well this album sort of the production was really good in the sense that it sort of wasn't actually too large. Sort of these songs really did have room to breathe. Like, I really feel like they could have actually added so much more into the mix, different instruments, little things, and actually it had space to breathe. I don't. Some people might be listening to this and be like, "What the fuck is this guy on about?" But like legit, it didn't push it too hard. Relatively easy listening, which honestly I can sort of like I enjoy sometimes.
It was almost like minimalist in a way. It was
That's
like
what I've written here. Yeah.
here are the components we want to use. Let's push these core elements as far as we can without like bloating it out with other stuff.
There you go.
And like the biggest thing on this album I enjoy the most is the drumming. It's I
definitely.
think like not to the point where it's like distracting me from everything else, but it's like quite often times like it's the most interesting part of a song because everything else is so sort of laid back and minimalist that it's like, okay, well, there's a lot of room for the drums to breathe.
I think the drumming is where the kind of the blatant block party influence is clearest as well.
Yeah.
And like I really, really like the sort of almost indie punk kind of sound it's got on it, but also it leans kind of towards the chilled out side as well. Like I think the songs Crave and Liar summarize it the best because they're great they're not very in your face, they don't go like crazy, and they're not shouting at you like Come Say Come Sa is, and it's not trying anything new or mental, but it's just great to just stick on and chill out to.
Yeah, I think there's a really, really good mix of like there are songs like the chorus of The News is pretty in your face.
Mm-hmm.
This Is Why is a huge chorus, but then there are other songs like I think Big Man Little Dignity's got one of the best choruses on the album, and it's quite a reserved sort of song the whole way through.
Yeah,
I just thought it was like pretty much a flawless album, Say Come Sa aside, and I think it was just a really good sort of like reflection of like mentally where people are at, like just nowadays in everyday life.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
it's
mean?
a great narrative
that's a
of
brilliant.
just modern day problems, I guess.
Yeah,
First world problems and
yeah,
stuff
and
like that.
struggling,
Brilliant point.
just navigating the modern world basically.
I feel as well with a band like Paramore, they are at a level where they sort of suffer that sort of like popularity curse. Where what I mean by that is sort of like you get acts that become so large that basically they can survive literally just on the success of their maybe like first few albums or something like that. You know, for example, I know you guys have done some episodes about Slipknot not doing albums anymore and things, but the thing is, I feel like for me personally, this album sort of like smashes through that boundary. Really, I feel like it's a really strong album. Whereas you do just seem to get those bands sometimes where everything they release, it doesn't even match, can't even come close to some of that stuff that they were doing sort of when they first were incepted.
Yeah, that's the thing as well that I really like about Paramore, is that albums like Riot and Brand New Eyes are cherished parts of alternative music and like pop punk, and they've worked really hard to not like distance themselves in a way that's like they're not proud of their past, but it's like they've just grown up musically.
It's still there though. I think like
Yeah,
on songs like Figure Eight on this album, it almost feels like there's just a little nod of like acknowledgement to the old stuff, particularly on the chorus of that song.
yeah.
So they've kind of grown and changed their sound, but also they're acknowledging that that's still a vital part of the foundations that makes them sound the way they do now.
Yeah, I
Go
think
on.
that's spot on.
Go on, Josh.
Sophisticated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah,
I think that's probably the best way to describe it.
Gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Great album. I really, really like this album, and it's sort of given me an incentive to listen to Self-Titled and After Laughter a bit more now, because I think they're probably very good.